I went to I'm not undergrad. I went to graduate school in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge. So very quickly I was introduced to extremely fine food, to the point when I first got here, people said, oh, Tallahassee's just like Baton Rouge, and it's nothing like Baton Rouge, In Baton Rouge you have, it's mostly a Catholic place, and so people have a good time and then they go to church and confess on Sundays, and in the meantime they kind of gorge themselves on fine food, fine spirits, fine conversation, all of that. So I got used to good food right away. And it came together with those of us in the program who would go out and have fairly reasonably priced food, and then the conversation of creative writing and literature and all of that. So it did have that kind of small town, small group charm, surrounded by fine food. And so I think it fed, no pun intended, into the workshop life. Oh, gumbo. And then there was also gumbo, of course, which we missed. I could make it, but I normally don't make it when I have a place near me who does a very good job. So I've always thought that food is kind of a life source, of course, and so is writing and reading and discussing fine books and fine writing. I'm so hungry. From what you begin to do in the workshops, which is you find like-minded people who are going to help your writing and edit your writing. I always found that fruitful to find 2 or 3 people with whom you can exchange work and outside of the program. Outside of the program, outside of the workshops, and these are going to be lifelong relationships that you're going to have with these folks. And the trade-off is they read your work and then you read their work. And for me, it's very exciting to get a new manuscript from somebody I don't know anything about and get excited about it and then help them as best as I possibly can, which often means just reading the work and then, helping with comments, or if they need a blurb, that kind of thing. But it's that ongoing exchange that I'm constantly reminding my students in the workshops, is make friends with other writers and have these relationships last for a long time, because nobody reads for free outside of the realm of the academy. So, you have to trade in kind. And so, American literature is full of these kinds of friendships that evolved beginning with exchanging work, and people became lifelong friends. So I'm all for that kind of, and in my book, I wouldn't call it mentorship. I would call it more being a fan of somebody who comes along who's new and who I feel I can help either with some criticism that they might find useful, and or with putting them in touch with somebody who might be able to help them. So that's it.